Hello everyone, welcome back to the Majestic Bean channel. In today's episode, we'll be preparing our espresso machine for its first use. This tutorial can be used for any other machines that you could buy, such as the Breville or the Longhi. In this case, we will be using the Gaggia Classic, which is probably the best bang for buck machine out there. Before we start with the tutorial, I would just like to clarify a couple of things. First, I wouldn't recommend using the coffee scoop and the tamper that this machine came with, just because there are better ways of weighing your coffee, which would be a digital scale, and a better way of tamping your coffee, which would be a metal tamper. These could be found for very cheap, so I think it's a very wise investment. I'll be putting these aside. I also wanted to clarify that out of the 3 coffee baskets that this machine came with, I will be using the 2-cup ground coffee basket, which is the one with all the holes on the bottom. So these 2 baskets will be on, I will just put them on the side, and I'm not planning on using them again. It is very simple to install your coffee basket in the handle. You just put it like this and apply a bit of pressure and it's ready to go. For this tutorial, we will also need a jug or a cup where we will dispense hot water, and a bigger plastic container where we will be doing the second stage of the starting of the machine. Before we commence, we will need to unpack this main power cable and plug it in the back, and then plug the machine in the wall socket. Now, we won't worry about this little straw thing over here, we will use it later. I would also like to warn you guys that we'll be dealing with hot water over here, so please be careful. What we'll need to do is get a jug and fill it up with cold water from the tap. The reason why the water should be cold is because we don't want hot water in a heating element, because that could cause potential problems for the machine. And we have the water tank inlet over here. We just pour the water in, and we need to pour enough water to reach the max level over here seen on the reservoir. In order to avoid potential problems with your machine, I would recommend filling the tank until the max sign and not over it. That way you wouldn't void the warranty if something happens to it. Now we put the tray back over here. We will be putting the drain pipe where it belongs. Just need to apply slight pressure until it slides in perfectly like this. We take the lid for the water tank and put it back on, and now we press the on button. We wait for a couple of seconds. We need to take our jug, put it under the group head where hot water will be coming out of, and press the brew button. Now we can hear the coffee machine pump activating, and we can see that there is hot water coming out of the group head. Now the water is very hot, so be very careful not to burn yourself. And we're waiting for the hot water to fill up this jug. When it's almost full, I will press the brew button again in order to stop the hot water coming out, which is around now. And that's it, very simple. Now we discard of this hot water over here. In some cases, due to air bubbles in the system, we might not be able to get the hot water to come out of the group head. So in that case, what we will need to do is take the steam wand knob over here and rotate it anti-clockwise. Put the jug underneath. Rotate the knob all the way out, and then press the brew button. And that should solve the air bubble problems. In this particular case, what happens is there is some water coming out of the group head, but there is a lot of water coming out of the steam wand as well. And we stop there. I would also recommend having a little towel. Next, what we need to do is take this drain pipe out, put it on top of the machine, take the little tray out and discard of any water that's stuck over there. Turn off the machine and take the water tank out. You need to discard all the water and then just quickly rinse the water tank. Now we put everything back again in its place. Make sure that both of these rubber pipes are inside the water tank. And now we put everything back. And drain pipe. And now we repeat the whole thing again. So after filling it up for the second time until the max level, we need to put the lid back on and turn it on. We will put the steam wand in this large container. The purpose of this is to empty out the contents of the water tank into this container over here. Now, it might happen that this container won't be big enough, so we will have to stop the procedure midway and then continue afterwards. First, we need to turn this knob over here anti-clockwise all the way out. And then we press the brew button and the steam button all at the same time. What happens now is all of the water is coming out of the steam wand. When we need to stop, we just press both the buttons off. Discard. Do it again. Now that this part is done, we move on to refilling the water tank again. Now this time we will need to insert the handle inside the group head as if we would be making a coffee, but with the coffee basket empty. There we go. Now we put this container underneath and press the brew button. What this does is heating up all of the elements involved in making a coffee, so the group handle, the group head, and everything else that's inside of the machine. What this also does is pass hot water through all of the elements inside of the machine for the first time since it's being built. After filling up the container for the second time, we turn everything off, discard of the hot water, take the handle out, take the drain pipe out, the tray, and the water container, and we wash everything. After emptying the container with the water for the second time, our espresso machine is now ready to use. Join us next time where I will be explaining how to make espresso coffee at home. I will be covering the doses, yield, espresso brewing temperature, and so on. Until then, stay safe and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button. While you're here, check out our social media for more coffee content.